I didn't promote the show. I just realized that. Hey, all right. Well, yeah, I did not go on X and promote the show this morning, so that's my fault. Welcome to the StewKast Wrestling Podcast. I am Lou Marconi at L Marconi 251 on Instagram, at L Marconi 1973 on X. My friend, co-host, and hetero partner Corey Castle at Corey Castle everywhere. This is the StewKast Wrestling Podcast on the Combat Zone Network, a subsidiary of the Fans First Sports Network. Thank you for joining us. Please like, share, and subscribe. We are all over the place on this. I appreciate each and every one of you. We got some stuff to talk about, I guess. Raw SmackDown's good, but you went and saw a movie, which was The Queen of the Ring. So I want to hear about that. I didn't see it yet, but Corey did, so we could talk about that. I'm interested to in just kind of hearing how historically accurate it might be or inaccurate it might be. The other thing I want to let everybody know that please check out the sponsor of our show. It's in the details of the show. Click on the link for Hemisphere Coffee Roasters. Click on the link, order up some coffee, and tell them Lou sent you.
Hey,
hey,
I'm
you know what we're doing?
Lou. Who the F are you?
Who the F for you? All right. Let's go ahead and get this out of the way. Let's take a pause for a break from our sponsors right now. All right. Thank you. Appreciate it. All right, Corey. So let's go ahead and dive right in. You and your fiance went and saw the, what was it?
Queen of the Ring.
Queen of the Ring.
Mildred Burke biopic. Yes.
Mildred Burke biopic. People for the people that might not know who she is, she was a women's wrestler starting in I want to say the 30s, in the 40s. Yeah. Back then, women's wrestling was outlawed in certain parts of the country.
Illegal.
Mm-hmm. So it was tough. You think it's tough for women to break in now? You're talking 80 years ago. 90 years ago, it's probably even worse. So, go ahead, man. Tell me what you thought of it.
It was it felt very biopic-y, you know what I mean? Like, like a lot of that times and I didn't have a problem with it. I kind of enjoy that sometimes where, you know what I mean? It's like they kind of like shoehorn origin stories.
Yeah.
That's kind of how this felt a little bit at moments, but storytelling was great. The screenplay was great. The film was great. The way it was shot was great. The acting was great. It was. I have no complaints about the film. Really, I thought it was good, and definitely something worth checking out. So, I mean, I would advise you to check it out. But the funny thing about it is it's still considered an independent film, so it's not in all theaters everywhere. So we had to drive 40 minutes away to see it. That's still not a complaint, but for sure, check your local theaters and see what might have it, and go check out the film because it was rad, dude. It was a good time.
Cool. Yeah. Now I'm not sure how familiar you are with the history of Mildred Burke.
I'm very unfamiliar with the history of Mildred Burke. But what's funny to me is, and the thing I constantly bring up, I might have talked about it with you before, but like I talk about how it's bothersome to me sometimes when I think about how like nobody in my family ever liked wrestling. Nobody ever watched wrestling. Like nobody in my family introduced me to pro wrestling. Nobody else in my family watches wrestling. Nobody talks about wrestling. But Burke is my mom's maiden name.
Interesting. Okay.
So I'm like, wonder if we have some sort of tie, some sort of relation. How funny would it be if I'm like the great grandnephew of Mildred Burke?
It could be. There could be a relation there. I mean, did your mom ever do Ancestry or anything like that?
Yeah, but it didn't come up. I
Oh,
mean,
okay.
so
I
I
think you're
mean,
being
I
sarcastic.
still, maybe in there, something trickled in there somewhere, but I never saw anything like that. The
Hmm.
ancestry that she didn't say anything about pro wrestlers. Neither did mine. Nothing about pro wrestling.
No,
And my profile doesn't even say I'm a pro wrestler. So if anybody looks at it, like, damn, is
mine
this
says I'm retired. Mine says I'm retired, and I do this now. So that's what it says. All right, so let's go ahead and since it's interesting. So you wouldn't know how historically accurate or inaccurate it
not really?
was.
No, I mean,
Okay.
it cracked me up because they did a they made a the guy who played Billy Wolf.
Yeah.
They gave him like they did a special effect, like a makeup special effect, practical effect to give him like a cauliflower ear. And Alyssa was like, "Oh, what's wrong with his ear?" Like, and I guess she had never
Never,
seen that
never,
before.
she never seen a cauliflower ear before.
No, no. So
Ooh,
I was
they get
I was like,
nasty.
"Oh, that's like grapplers get that. Grapplers get cauliflower ears."
Hmm.
And she was like, "Oh, that's gross."
It is
Like,
gross.
but if I had one, would you have not dated me? And she's like, "Yeah, maybe not." No, she didn't say that. But I think I came very close to having a cauliflower ear once. Like I remember my ear was like I was in a like a guillotine, and I remember being like, my ear is really like there's like a lot of pressure
Hmm.
on my ear right now, because like my John Dahmer, he would like train us to do everything as if it was a work and as if it was a shoot at the same time. So
Right.
like we had training that wasn't just pro wrestling training. We had training that was, you know, that
Amateur
was like
shoot style, like shoot.
practical.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, we're that's. I mean, I was a teenager, so I don't really remember a lot of it, but
Hmm.
I didn't have to use that as much as I had to use the pro wrestling stuff. But
Right. Right.
um, but I remember feeling like my ear was gonna explode at one point. My old this will transition right into the next thing I want to talk about.
Sure.
My old tag team partner in our team called Team New Era TNE, Matt Bomboy.
Okay.
Matt Bomboy has a cauliflower ear,
Mm.
and he
I
actually
I never
texted
had it. I never had it. Neither did my brother. But go ahead.
he texted me yesterday with a video from the new show LFG. I don't know if you're watching it. I'm not watching it,
Nah, I'm not.
but they're doing a thing where they're like setting up factions now. And Booker T's they're like they have teams like for each legend. There's like a Booker T
Hmm.
team and a Bubba Ray team and the Mickey James team and Undertaker team. Um, they they named their faction TNE, which is
Okay.
our tag team name. Um, they and they're like, oh yeah, TNE. No one's ever done that before. The new era. I'm like, that's what our team was called. So you
Yeah.
know, whatever. No one's ever done that in the WWE before. If it didn't happen in the WWE, it never happened ever.
Sure. 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 Yeah. And it happened in WWE's. It didn't happen. I mean, that's the
Mhm.
way the history goes there.
Mhm.
Um, let's switch gears to Raw. Did you watch Raw last night?
I watched all the way up until the very beginning of the cage match, and I wanted to watch the cage match, but I was, uh,
Yeah.
I
Yeah. Rollins won the match because Roman Reigns dragged him out,
okay,
and Roman Reigns beat the crap out of Rollins.
okay,
And
no, I didn't,
so
I
they led
didn't.
that up. Yeah, that happened.
Spoiler.
Spoiler. Well, Cody Rhodes did his promo. There was like some sort of thing going on with the New Day win with a run in from a mystery luchador or something
Yeah, that
like
was
that.
Chad Gable in a mask.
Was it? Oh, was it Chad Gable in a mask? Okay, see, you're smarter than I am. I put Uso Gunther angle, which was great. I thought with the sleeper and
Mhm.
everything what they
Yeah,
did. I like that. Just I'm kind of busting through the show here real quick. Oh, I had a note here with Logan Paul. I just always after Logan Paul, I always put shaking my head.
Well, they did the Andrew Schultz thing. Did you
Andrew
watch
Schultz.
Schultz's new special? Did you watch his new special?
No, I
It's
did
on
not.
Netflix. It cracked me up. I was laughing most of the time.
He's
I
funny. He's
I
a funny guy.
I I found myself falling in and out of like enjoying Andrew Schultz, but um, I really
Yeah.
enjoyed the Netflix special that he had.
Well,
Uh,
you think Logan? It's gonna be Logan Paul and AJ Styles.
right,
So
yeah. Dude,
WrestleMania.
do
But
you
go
see
ahead
how
though.
jacked AJ is?
Yeah,
Like
he
he's
looks
way
great.
more
He looks
jacked
great.
than he's ever been right now.
I haven't seen him in like 10 years, maybe even longer. Probably longer than maybe close to that. I haven't seen AJ in a long time. But cool, cool,
Oh, in
cool, cool.
person, you're talking?
Hmm.
It's been longer than that for me. It's probably been
Yeah, it's
20.
been a very long time since I've seen AJ.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, there's also in here too. I had Bailey and Raquel Rodriguez.
Mhm.
Yeah, and the,
Yeah,
the
that's
women's promo. The women's promo. Yeah, that kind of
that
has.
Bailey and Rodriguez match
Yeah,
looked fine in fast forward. Looked fine.
you know, it wasn't Nia Jax. Come on,
No, I know, but did you hear
yeah.
the new nickname that they're giving Raquel? They're
Raquel
calling her,
Rodriguez,
yeah, they're calling her Big Mommy Cool.
Big Mommy, cool.
Yeah,
Sir
that's,
Kevin Nash
yeah.
loves that.
But it's like you can't say mommy and it not be Rhea Ripley.
Yeah, Big Mama, cool.
Yeah, yeah.
That might work.
But
That might work. Hey, see, hey, I should work on
but
creative with
Michael
them.
Cole called her Big Mommy Cool on
Oh,
commentary.
oh, nice. Let me see the EO promo with Rhea Ripley. Yeah.
Yeah. So you thinking they're setting that up like it's going to be a triple threat at Mania?
Yeah, it looks like it. It looks like it. Yeah.
It it really like the way that EO ended that thing. She was like, well, how she just slapped them both and was like, "I'm the champion." It very much was like, oh, she's treating everybody like they're treating her like she's not important, and that's the way it feels. Like they're treating
Yeah.
her like she's not important at all.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
her being the champion is just for it to be on paper, as
Right.
as they
Right.
call it, a paper champion.
Paper champion. Nice. All
They took
right.
the belt off Rhea just so that they could put it back on her
Yeah,
for
that's what it
WrestleMania.
looks like. That's what it appears. I don't know why they took it off her to begin with, but hey, I don't book. So here,
And like,
SmackDown. You want to move to SmackDown now?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
I have a note here. Randy Orton promo went long.
It did. Yeah. It was a little
Yeah, and then
hard to get through.
Tiffany Stratton, Charlotte Angle,
Yeah,
work
that
a leg.
seems like it's the right build. Like that's the right
Yeah,
moves.
yeah, yeah. Oh, what's that? This Pretty Deadly win? I saw that tag
Um,
team. The tag team
ah,
scene just really just doesn't really excite me too much. But
the thing is, like the pretty deadly guys is like like they sometimes try to work like they're tough guys, but then act like they're sissies. It's a weird like you
it's like
can't
it's a weird dynamic.
yeah it's
Yeah.
very strange. Like it's like you like power up and no sell stuff, but then be like,
Hmm.
yes, boy, and dress like a lady. Like it's just
Hmm.
weird. It's it's a weird balance that I'm not certain of. I
Yeah.
mean, they're not bad. They're not bad workers. It's it's just like I can't tell what they are most of the
Right.
time
Right.
as far as like face or heel.
Yeah. They got this one ladies promo. Jay Cargill, Belair, Naomi. Yeah, I don't know. That's all I did. I just put in ladies promos. It's kind of like it just happened.
Oh yeah, well,
Hmm.
it was in Philly.
Yeah.
SmackDown was in Philly, so a lot of people
Hmm.
were talking to me about it.
Hmm.
The promo, like, and I actually just was talking to Alyssa about it, about how um, like Bianca was in the ring and not doing the smiles and the dances like she always does, and that's the thing. Like Cornette always brings up how she's always smiling. She no smiles, no nothing. She came to the ring, and she was like, Naomi's not answering my calls, not answering my texts. Jade's not answering my calls, not answering my texts. Naomi, I know you're here. Come out here. We got to talk. And then she started asking her about.
Mm-hmm.
If she had done it, if she had attacked Jade, and then it went twisted all back around, and Naomi was like, "You need to be refocused on us recapturing those tag team titles from Liv and Raquel." And blah blah blah. Like you got to worry about your WrestleMania match that you have, and then Bianca was like, "Well, you didn't answer the question. I said yes or no to if you attacked Jade," and she was like, "Yeah, I did it." And then once she said that, it became like a whole like, "Okay, I'm done with you. I'm not even
Yeah.
entertaining having this conversation with you anymore." And then
Yeah.
Naomi called her ungrateful bitch.
Ooh.
Ungrateful bitch. And then they show the backstage of Jade pulling up, and then Jade getting out of the car and coming up to the entranceway, and Bianca was like, "Go ahead, go beat her up." And then she beat her up. And now I guess is that gonna lead to like a Jade versus Naomi WrestleMania match, or is it just going to be like, well, that her beating her up right there was the blow off? Like,
I I would think it's a WrestleMania match, but we'll see what
well,
they do.
I mean, like, what's the point of wanting to see a match when you already watched her get her ass beat? Like, what? Like,
Right.
remember
Like
they would like hold
revenge.
off on that, like not
Yeah,
letting
revenge.
opponents touch her.
Right. Revenge.
Revenge for her beating her up after she beat her up, and then she beat her up, and then she beat her up.
Revenge for getting beat up. Yeah, that's what it is.
Hey,
We'll
you
see.
beat me up. Now I'm coming to beat you up. Hey, you beat me up. Now I'm coming to beat you up. Hey, you
Yeah.
beat me up. Now I'm
That's
coming to beat you up.
wrestling. That's wrestling, Corey. What'd you think of the Cody Rhodes promo after that?
Dude, Cody's the best, man. I don't have any bad things to say about Cody, and it was it was really cool. It was really cool how he like he's like a wordsmith, and
Yeah.
it's really cool.
He's really good at that. He's like
Yeah,
chip off the old black. His dad was one of the best promo guys ever.
yeah, yeah.
Um oh, I got here McIntyre over Uso
Mm-hmm.
and then Damian
Damon
Priest angle.
Priest.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's interesting. That's definitely WrestleMania match for sure.
yeah,
Oh, and then the last one, which made me really happy at the end of the show, LA Knight wins back the US belt.
yeah, yeah.
So happy for him. Thank
Well,
you, LA
is
Knight.
it true that they're not gonna renew Shinsuke's contract? I
I
heard
believe
that
so. I believe so. They took it off of
the
him.
internet
He,
buzz.
hmm, he might go off and do something else. So it's possible. But yeah. So interesting. I can't wait to check out that Queen of the Ring because I do going back on that just back on that because I mean SmackDown and Raw they're doing stuff that makes sense to lead to WrestleMania, which I can't wait to review that on here. We might actually do a longer show for that. We'll
Mhm,
have to. We'll have to.
mhm,
So we'll do night one, night two, maybe do like a little bit longer of a show.
mhm,
But it goes back to because I remember the Iron Claw movie and how historically inaccurate it was. It bothered me. So
mhm.
I don't know when because I'm well maybe because I know about Mildred Burke. I know enough about her history, but I'm not as well versed on her history as I was on the Von Erichs. Because I grew up watching the Von Erichs, so
Yeah, I
it's
didn't. I
different.
didn't grow up watching the Von Erichs, but I remember liking this movie more than I liked the Iron Claw.
Yeah,
And I remember saying that to Alyssa, and she was like, "It's a toss up," because
it's
she wasn't never she didn't grow up a wrestling fan, and definitely not a fan
yeah
of Mildred
yeah.
Burke or Von Erichs.
Neither did Christine. Neither did Christine's, but she she supported me. Let's just say that. So, folks, okay. Once again, thank you for joining us. It's a wonderful time. The StewKast Wrestling Podcast. We appreciate you, my friend Corey Castle. He's at Corey Castle everywhere. Check out Evolving with Corey Castle on YouTube, Spotify, and Apple Podcasts. You could check out my stuff with the Fans First Sports Network, the Fanatical Loves, and Combat Zone. This show, YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and as well. And we do the Sunday Stew Pod every Sunday on Rumble. Check it out. Check out Hemisphere Coffee Roasters. Tell them F and Lou sent you. Click on the link. Order up some coffee. All right, we're ready to go.
Can you no? Did you see the comments that are here that you didn't?
Nobody. I don't have comments. Oh, here we go. Oh, okay. Here we go. Also, thoughts on Suzuki never winning a world title in his tenure WWE does indeed leave.
I mean, Shinsuke. I mean, I don't think. Didn't he have the world title for a minute, like in that AJ Styles feud, like when he won the Royal Rumble?
Did they count that? Did they count that?
I thought he was the WWE champion for.
Just so you know, on my end, I did not see any comments coming up over here. I did not see any. Just so you know, sorry about that. Sorry about that comments out. And then the Hell's Gate submission.
Yeah, it's a little. See, the thing is the part of that. So on the LFG show, which once again I'm not watching it.
Yeah, he lost it at WrestleMania trying to get the belt. Okay, go ahead.
So I'm not watching the LFG show. I mean, not that I don't want to watch it, but it's like I don't have A&E, so I was able to watch the first episode and that's it.
Mm-hmm.
The thing is, it's a reality television show. Reality TV shows love drama, like so they hype up it's none of it is actual reality. They structure these reality television shows so that the drama is heightened, so that people will watch it.
Right.
The reality probably of him getting upset about the girl wanting to use his Hell's Gate finisher was probably structured, and I'm sure he wasn't really that very upset about her wanting to use the move because.
So, in other words, it was a work.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
I mean, but when it comes to like the other idea of it about Michelle McCool like signing on for the second season and then like not renewing Mickie James for the second season off of Undertaker's. Yeah. I don't know the whole story on that, but my comments are probably. Meritocracies and pro wrestling are not simultaneous.
Not always. Not always.
No. Merit in pro wrestling doesn't always go. I mean, the awards don't necessarily go to the people who deserve them in pro wrestling.
Right. That's weird. I didn't comments. I don't know why. I couldn't see when there was comments. But thanks for pointing it out, Corey. Thank you. I would have completely missed them. I didn't see it. Yeah, you're right. Meritocracies in pro wrestling kind of don't always happen that way. A lot of times there's more nepotism than you can realize.
Yeah.
But it happens. But you still have to.
She's going into the Hall of Fame. Is Mickie James in the Hall of Fame?
I don't think so. I don't think so.
Is she related to anybody?
She's married. Was she married to Nick
Aldis?
Nick
Aldis.
Yeah, she's married to Nick Aldis. That's it. But all right. Hey, guys, we're going to wrap it up. Thank you again. We appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you for joining us every week. We'll be back next week talking Raw, SmackDown. We can even talk a little bit of LFG if you want to, or any other movies. I'm going to try to. I might get a chance to check out the Mildred Burke movie.
Yeah, but if you watch Queen of the Ring, let's talk about it next week.
I'll try to.
There's parts that they like shoehorned in our terminology, so it was interesting. Probably for Alyssa to be like, oh, look, they're trying to teach everybody what shooting the work is and what a face and a heel is and what kayfabe is. So like that, I mean, there's no way to not try to fit that into the business. Right. And they did have Billy Wolf talking in cliches sometimes. It was really funny.
Well, it should be interesting to see. All right. Thank you all. Thank you, Corey. We love you guys. Thank you for all the comments. Combat Zone people, thank you very much. All right. Let's go ahead and let's wrap this up. Let's take it home. Let me get back to it right here. All right. You take care. We'll see you next week.
Show's over.
Show's over. Let's give another time to talk.